Definitely fudged this one up, but it was Remembrance who against Nerve Esports pulled out the comeback win. While for the side of Adamant, I've actually never cast one of their games before 1,000. Again, I
I,
keep forgetting to introduce you. Goodness gracious, I'm so far off the game. I need to
look,
retire and
you
think about
just
my
don't
life.
like me. I get it. It's fine. I'm cool. Like, I'm totally cool with it. But yeah. So knowing you, you probably did get it wrong in the earlier segment. So yeah, we do want to mention Remembrance did win that game. But yeah, I haven't really seen much of these teams either. I don't know a whole lot about the players themselves, so I'm interested definitely to see how this game is going to play itself out.
I do remember the last time I watched Axum, he was on that Jace. I believe Havoc was on the Kha'Zix, so I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that he likes to play a lot of assassin junglers, a lot of early game snowball junglers. In the mid lane, Mark Boots was on Cassiopeia as well, so expect a control mage from that side. So a lot of more side lane aggression from the side of Remembrance, while the mid lane is a lot more about just let Mark Boots be isolated in the lane and let him basically have his own 1v1 to himself, be on an island until about the mid game off for Adamant. You're right, I don't know much about this team, but I guess we can expect the usual meta things to come out from them.
Right. Yeah, we're probably going to see a lot of the tanks ban. Cho'Gath is still a heavy ban. Ardent Sensor supports are still up there despite the nerf to the item. It's still a solid item. That said, we might see some things like you mentioned the Kha'Zix. There is room for some pocket picks to come out and kind of flip the script around a little bit.
And I don't know about you, but for me, I want to see that. I'm not even gonna. That last game, it was good, no doubt. Heritage High School had a clean game, but I want to see some more spiciness. I want to see some saucy late game heroics, a little bit, maybe even a comeback, something to liven up my night. Because right now, because I've been busy and other things, I don't want to sound very, very, very mean, but I'm dead inside. So I
We
need
knew
something
that.
to, yeah,
That's okay.
I need something to liven up my night. As we are in the pick and bans right now, we'll be the side of Adamant with the first ban, and we do see that Sejuani coming out.
Yeah, probably watched the last game, saw how powerful that Sejuani was, and said, we don't want to deal with that. Sejuani has been a super powerful jungler in the current patch. I believe she's one of the highest win rate junglers right now. So both the Sejuani and Jarvan powerful jungle picks being taken out.
Right, and that's because her early clear is incredibly healthy because she has that early tankiness due to her passive, and then she can come to a lane level 2 or level 3 with that permafrost stun and it's guaranteed CC. So, and you don't get that out of many junglers that are on the meta. The Jarvan coming out because he also not only has a lot of good gank potential, but he's also a very good team fighter coming into the mid-late game. The LeBlanc ban coming out, going against Mark Boots specifically, I have to think that's a target ban.
Right, yeah, the Jace coming out as well. Jace being a sort of interesting pick in the current meta. One of the few non-tanks that we see, and I've seen a lot of things like Blade of the Ruin King being built on him and just making him a super strong split pusher, almost like a less tanky Gnar kind of thing.
Yeah, and when he gets those early leads, it can be incredibly hard to deal with him, especially because of the poke element, where he can split push or he can join you on a 4 or 5 man push, and you just literally poke out the enemy front line until they have to retreat, and then you can go for a fight or you get a guaranteed tower. Another ban being directed to the mid lane, the Syndra coming out, another good control mage that, yes, she is known for her ultimate, her hit R, and basically delete anything in her way, but also she's very good at chaining together stuns to make opportunities for her team, and the Morgana will come out as the ban for Remembrance to round out this first ban phase.
Right, yeah, so Syndra, although she has kind of faltered a little bit just organically with all the tanks coming in, she's still able to just immediately delete somebody, and if that somebody happens to be an AD carry, that can completely ruin your composition.
Exactly, and I had to imagine that because Syndra ban came out that Wergista where Gista isn't planning on playing a Braum anytime soon. We see the Kalista come through and the Gragas, who, fun fact, in CompeteLeague Elite, Gragas has the highest win rates at, I believe, 85% right now. A very strong jungler. Now, he can be taken to the top lane by Dinka. I don't believe that meta is over yet. It's not dead, but most likely going to see him coming from the jungle because his ganks are just so strong and so solid.
Yeah, I think for most people it has kind of died out with the triple Doran's Ring nerf that kind of took him out of commission for the top lane. He just doesn't have the mana sustain to really to compete up there. So, but with Kalista Rakambi, take it in, that is a massive level 6 spiking lane. They have incredible engage with they have a double knock up into a charm that gives all the time Kalista needs to really just lock down or lock in all those spears and destroy somebody once she gets them all in.
And we do see that Caitlyn has the first response. It looks like the bottom lanes of both teams will be locked in first. He's deciding, should I go Thresh, should I go Braum, Alistar? So many good tank picks on this meta. I don't know what to do. Blitzcrank maybe? He's such a good pick as well. The hook, the pressure is there, but the Soraka coming through. Nope. He cooked me. Thresh coming through. So the bottom lanes have been picked. Which bottom lane? Obviously, I think if I'm going to read your mind, you're going to say the Kalista Rakan bottom lane is stronger.
Yes.
But Caitlyn Thresh does have a lot of power potential in the mid game.
Yeah, Caitlyn Thresh, it's kind of an interesting one where it's not as much focused on, oh, we're going to get the jungle Ezreal. Oh.
That was nice. Excitement has peaked.
Yeah.
The jungle Ezreal. Now, forget the bot lane conversation for a second. We talked about this jungle Ezreal earlier today. That was nice. Tell me why you love jungle Ezreal so much.
I really just like it because it kind of just throws a wrench in a lot of the powerful compositions at the moment. It's super early game focused, really wants to just bring pressure around the map early on because you can just level up extremely fast, and you go for just super early ganks. You bring a lot of early game damage. They buffed his ratios on his Q, so you get that early jungle item, which is fairly cheap, and you just insta gank on people, and you just constantly cause havoc in the game, and it makes the game so fun to watch.
So we're seeing right now in pick and ban phase for the side of Remembrance, a lot of top lane bans coming in. Jarvinho, a pseudo top laner, and then the Jason Fiora taking that option away from Dinka. While for the side of Adamant, you see a mix of mid lane and jungle picks being taken away. Mark Boots and Havoc being heavily focused here in this ban phase as we're pushing up the bans. Of Vladimir will come out, so that's the first real mid lane ban being focused at I Am the Fairy, trying to take away that Vladimir, who has seen a little bit of a resurgence in the meta because of his ability to once again be another champion that, while he suffers early, can bring so much teamfight potential once he gets that mid game. And then the Orianna doing the same thing, although she does have a little bit more early potential than the Vladimir.
Yeah, the Orianna being taken out, always just a super solid pick. I can't even think of a time really where she was super out of the meta. But the Vladimir and Orianna bans limiting the mid lane pool just a little bit, especially once you take in the LeBlanc and Syndra pool, or LeBlanc and Syndra bans coming out earlier. We see the Shen locked in just to keep some extra tankiness onto that composition, which is something they sorely need with a jungle Ezreal. With Ezreal being locked in, one of the things you do have to keep in mind is you're not going to have a jungle champion that is going to be extremely tanky, which is the normal thing in the meta currently.
And then Nara is locked in a response. What did Soaz say about Shin? He said, Shin is dog champ. He said, never looking in dog champ again. Yeah, weakest champ again. Yeah, I'm French. But I mean, I agree with him to some extent. Shin, outside of his ultimate, I mean, early game, he generally loses lane to almost every lane matchup he faces outside just using his level 6 ultimate. And in a lot of games, what he really brings is just kind of that instant CC with a taunt and then the ultimate to protect carries. And then we see the Ahri locked in, an assassin going in the mid lane, so his LeBlanc was taken away, so Ahri will be brought to the fray instead. We'll see if he changes his summoner spells, change that TP to something else, but we still haven't seen the mid lane matchup be locked in here. Actually, a Veigar, so the Veigar picked to counter the Ahri right there, and Veigar did get the changes to his not Event Horizon, to the The one that
Dark
drops
Matter.
on your head. Dark Matter, the one that drops on your head and causes people to cry in games. To his Dark Matter, with the cooldown buff, basically that's what it was with the stacks. So, looking at these two team comps, what lane are we going to watch the most? There's a lot of interesting lane matchups, well, between the Gragas and the Ezreal jungle, the Veigar Ahri, and then the bottom lane. Which one are you watching going into this game?
I'm actually now really interested in that mid lane. I really like Veigar as well. He's kind of one of those fringe champions that we don't see a whole lot of. But with the recent changes, I think the bigger thing, honestly, that has made him somewhat strong right now is not his W change, but actually just the base stat changes. So he also got not just a mana regen and health regen buff, but he also got an auto attack range buff, and that really just allows him to kind of work his way through that early game, which was always his big issue, as anybody who is an infinitely scaling champion should really have. But basically, those changes allow him to push a little bit more of an advantage in that mid game and scale up a little bit easier. So now with both a Gnar who can be kind of squishy if he's not in mega form, and an Ahri and a Caitlyn, Thresh doesn't get uber tanky. There's a lot of people that he can kind of pick off, and his Event Horizon is an extremely powerful spell, probably one of the more powerful non-ultimate spells in the game.
And I really vibe with what you said about the auto attack range, because people will say, "Oh, auto attack range, that's not a big deal." But then you see what it did to Annie. It took her out of the support pool in general, because once they lowered that auto attack range, it made her a lot more susceptible to being aggressed on. So auto attack range is really important if you think about the deeper things of the game, which is why we have you here, Thousand Eyes. Think about the deeper analytics of League of Legends. It's just that good of a game. But we're about a minute 30, about 90 seconds from being into the game. Let's go ahead and start predictions, because I feel like there's a lot to unpack in these predictions. About who will win this matchup.
Yeah, so overall, looking at this, just breaking it down lane by lane, top lane is definitely Gnar favored. Shen does have some abilities to help him get through that lane, but it should not be a lane that Shen really wins. I have seen it happen, but it shouldn't happen 9 times out of 10. The Ezreal Gragas is actually, they're both fairly early ganking champions, especially the Ezreal. The difference being Ezreal has to gank early in order to be effective, whereas Gragas, he can scale up, try and get that ultimate down, and be effective in that way. You look at the mid lane, Ahri going to be looking to try and hit charms onto Veigar, but hopefully Veigar is going to be able to scale that up. That one I'm a little bit up in the air on. I'm not sure how that matchup super well works out. The bottom lane is going to be really rough, I think, actually, for Deos and where Guista. Oh man, that's not gonna be
right. It's hard.
So, but that is a heavy engage lane, and if Ezreal decides to come down there, there's so much lockdown. It doesn't matter that you don't have a tank jungler. You have so much lockdown from Rakan alone there to allow the damage to come through and finish off those kills.
Right, and thinking about talked about the mid lane matchup. Back in the day when I was a mid lane main, just for everyone out there, I've mained every single role in the game at least 3 times at this point. But if I remember correctly, the matchup is pretty much Veigar favored early, just because he can zone away the Ahri early. She can't really get close enough to him after he gets Event Horizon to lay down damage or even try and land a charm unless she lands in a max range. But then once she gets her ultimate, things get interesting, because if you play it right, you can land a full rotation on the Veigar and possibly get a kill, but I expect her to have some jungle help in doing so. In this matchup, I'm going to have to take the side of Adamant, just because, and I know I'm going to sound like a wet towel, but they seem more uniform to me. It's the Gragas, he's good at all phases where, like you said, the Ezreal, if he doesn't get that early gank off correctly, then he just becomes another AD carry that doesn't even scale very well. I think it's going to be this Gragas just basically doing what Gragas things do, while Ezreal, if he doesn't get that gank off, it's not going to work. I just like how the simpler win conditions are in favor of Adamant. What about you, Thousand?
Yeah, Adamant definitely has the more conventional composition. The Gragas tank, the Gnar tank, just the backline 80 carry who's gonna just constantly pump out damage. It's definitely the much more conventional thing. I like the composition coming out over on Remembrance. I blanked on the name there. I like the composition coming out from Remembrance because I just really like the aggression from it. There's just so many ways for them to just instantly aggress onto them, and that generally works its way in their favor, as we've seen in a lot of these games tonight.
Can we make South Park jokes? I want to make a Jimmy
I'm not
joke.
the person to ask about that.
Remembrance, and we have a pause talking about jokes. CompeteLeague, everybody, we're back.
He can be very aggressive.
We see the early gank already coming in from Havoc. We see that Ezreal power right there. The first blow will go to the Ezreal indeed.
That, but the Vigar gets ahead. Speaking of more aggression.
And now he's in the bot lane, just everywhere. Havoc laying down more damage. The Rin stack will get where Gista knows. Zesura gets the kill. Deos, however, taking even more damage. Havoc, will he go in for the kill? No. It seems like Deos will back out. We'll have to recall, but Havoc already wreaking havoc early on this jungle Ezreal.
Right, and that's what he does. He's just super scary. Oh, here we go.
Oh my, that's a dead Caitlyn, and another kill for Ezreal. The snowball's already started, but I'm a Fairy is there. He will land the charm. He will get the return kill, but I feel the damage has already been done.
Yeah, getting that bounty down. That is a 2-1 Ezreal right off the bat. Getting the double longsword in the jungle item. Gragas only has that Hunter's Talisman there. And this is what Ezreal does, man. He doesn't farm the jungle. He runs around and kills champions.
Uh-oh, but where Gista talking about running around and killing things, we'll try and find Mark Boots. Mark Boots will have to flash away. That Ahri red buff being applied, doing a lot of work, forcing out that flash. But he does have Gragas sitting in the wing, so if Thresh wants to try it again, Gragas will be there to respond, but actually Havoc is there to... Oh wait, no, Gragas is on their side, so he's there for the 3v1, but Havoc is there to stop him. He will go even more aggressive on the arch. We'll see if they pursue this. While on the top lane, Axum is starting to lose that trade in the top lane. Finally, that Gnar. I was a little bit worried, but he's starting to win his trades as Havoc is getting his way to head up there. But he'll just blast Cone over and head toward the river.
Yeah, Gnar needing to get a couple levels in that boomerang before Shen actually gets some damage from it. But yeah, the big thing about that Ezreal death is the double buff going over. That is a fairly important thing to note there, because now Ahri can just stand there and not only just auto attack and just be a pain, but you also have the spells that keep coming out, and Vigar does not need early aggression.
Talking about early aggression and Vigar needing things, he won't really need that much help, but he does land the Event Horizon to trap Ahri in another kill. This time going over to Mark Boots. And now he has the buff transfer complete. That's what I say if I'm Havoc. I'm like, hey. And we see Axum and Dinko trading trades, but Mark Boots will actually go down the mid lane. He bought those boots with the ability to dodge skill shots just like the charm, but he will not be able to dodge that one. The hook into the trap does land. Caitlyn doing damage, and now looks like more bottom lane aggression as Gista plays in both Spawn and Zesura, but they will still walk away with the better trade. I was a little bit confused there because there's so much small action going down on the map, but the big action was Mark Boots going down. I believe that was another buff transfer there. Yep. So for Ahri, she's like, you thought you had things figured out? That was a buff transfer. I was planning 10 minutes ahead. She will get the kill. Ahri, oh, speaking about dodging skill shots, Havoc being caught by Ahri. The ultimate popping with the chat one more time. She has the flash, but the Shin ultimate will come down. This will be a dead I am the Fairy as Shin comes through to save his jungler, and Mark Boots will pick up another kill. Oh my, but then Dinko finds Axum recalling. Will he be able to survive? He does dash out. Dinko is trying to chase him down. Now he's caught between a rock and a hard place. Now Dinko will be traded instead. We see, oh, the flash comes through. He does get the kill on Havoc for the 1v1 trade before going down. What a play from this Gnar, making something out of nothing.
How I expected that lane to go exactly.
Same. Actually, we see the Fate's Call popped. He will throw it at the Ari, though. The Charm has landed. Just looking for the Rin stacks for the kill. And it should seem like Spawn will get it. He gets one Rin stack kill. Will he find two? No. Regista is able to run away, but Deos still looking for kills. He's chasing down Zesora. Zesora will probably go over this wall with a grand entrance. He will, but the sniper shot does come through. Doesn't get the kill, however. So that's a 1-for-0 trade coming out from the bottom lane of Remembrance. Very, very good coordinated play coming out from them to make sure that 3v2 went in their favor. He will stay there, actually. He will find the ultimate, however, but Axum could go down. Dingo wanting to find the kill, but Axum will get the kill in the mid lane. Mark Boots does pop that cleanse to stop the Charm. He will dodge the hook. They're going to go all in for this one, baby. They do find the kill. Arc does take the stun from the Event Horizon, but he will be able to walk out alive, so 1-for-1 trade on both sides. But this will be a turret going down for the side of Remembrance. They're still making better trades across the map. We're getting 5 buff transfers, but back to the action. Arx is trying to look for a gank. He will throw out the explosive cast into the flay, but the Shinnle has been popped. The Charm is there. This will probably be a dead thresh as it all goes wrong there. Turn, and then the Fate's Call on the back end as well. Arx, you naughty boy, you shouldn't have gone for that kill. You might fall as well. The Event Horizon does come through. It does get the flash from Arx. He will walk away, but another 1-for-0 trade. And these turnarounds keep going in Remembrance's favor.
And the turnaround from there is massive. Once again, massive lockdown.
And massive lockdown it is. Mark Boots does pop the ultimate and get the kill onto Arc. This Beaker is getting huge. He's at 3-2-2, but it doesn't matter. His stacks are coming online. He's able to find kills. Now Rin stacks might get I Am the Fairy. No! The exhaust does reduce that damage, but they're still chasing down I Am the Fairy. He will escape the Event Horizon with the Dark Passage. And now Dinka going aggressive on TSM Maximum in the top lane, but he won't find the kill. He will find the pressure. All in all, just one kill going to the Beaker. No objective so far, as both teams will back away.
Tiger doing a lot of damage right now. He's doing a lot of damage as
Talking about a lot of damage. You're right. Deo's finding the kill on the Havoc. Surely. Does he have the ace in the hole? He does. I have the Fairy kill Spawn in the bottom lane, but Caitlyn did not pop that ace in the hole. I would imagine because of fear, Ezreal could try and turn it around on her before she can get the channel off. But close fights between this Caitlyn and this Ezreal, and Dinka getting the kill in the top lane. Adamant isn't out of this game. Ooh, the Charm almost lands. Zesora, no, feels bad, man. We'll give I Am the Fairy the killing spree. Geez, I mean, you just have to think this game's going back and forth. This is exactly the game we wanted, Thousands.
Ooh, everybody, careful,
those boots saving his life. Those boots saving his life. Them boots, baby. He dodges the flay and the hook and escapes with his life. What were you saying about those boots purchases, Thousands?
All right, I take it back. Those boots weren't there.
Oh my goodness, we're sitting here, it's 10-7, Remembrance's favor. They do have a little bit over a 2k gold lead. Items are coming online. This Beaker, he went Luden's Echo. This Ezreal is getting his lethality item next. Probably going to go that Dusk Blade instead. He's going to forego the Training Force for now, go that Dusk Blade. In the bottom lane, Kalista already has her full Blade of the Rune King compared to Caitlyn only having the static shift. Ari coming through, will she land the Charm? The Flay does come through and the Charm, but the Shin Ultimate is saving lives again. As Regista can't find enough damage, the Fate's Call is thrown back and he gets a double charm, this time onto Dinka and on the support. Regista, I believe, went down already, and Dinka will follow suit. And now Arx is there to back up his AD carry as Axum is taking so much damage. But I can't remember what that's called, the Spiritual Refuge, there we go, does block those all attacks, so Axum will be able to walk away. No, actually, Regista was saved there, so a 1-for-0 trade. And Mark Bush trying to find kills. He does get hit by the Charm. He does pop the cleanse. And the barrel will miss. The explosive cast doesn't get anybody. The flash comes out from Spawn as well. He wasn't close to being hooked, but that was just for insurance. Didn't want to give up their momentum just now. And they are pushing for this bottom lane inner turret right here. Waiting for another mini wave. They don't have one, but they're still trying to aggress. The ultimate is popped from Ezreal. As another grand entrance comes through, the shutdown coming through onto the Ahri, and another fight explodes here in the bottom lane. Havoc gets Arch, and that's a 2-for-0 trade this time. All in all, by the time the action's over, a 3-for-0, and now Spawn is going even deeper, still laying down damage. Dinka caught inside the Event Horizon, but he will be able to escape partially unscathed, but they're too low to defend the turret. They just have to back away before they get aggressed on. They want more aggression. They're looking for more aggression, but they're going to settle for this turret.
Whew. Take a breath there, Persh.
Ugh. Dear God, but wait, I can't! because another Event Horizon comes through and the grand entrance of Flash from Dinka, but Ren stacks are being gone into him. Pop, Mark Boots will find 1 kill, he'll find 2 kills, a double kill will come through, and another 2-for-0 trade. Axum maybe almost disconnecting, but he will get out of there alive. So an inner turret, but it's going to amount to a 5-for-0 trade come through. Arcs, what are you doing, my friend? Please give me a break. Why are you standing in the minion wave? He's gonna die. Oh, he was baiting for the art, but she'll just get charmed and knock up. And the Fury going down to spawn as well. Dinka, he's looking for the Narbar. Can he find the ultimate? He does find it, but it will get the kill. It will not, I don't believe so. A double kill going in favor of Remembrance. And for the last 3 minutes straight, we've had nothing but action, all in Remembrance's favor. And now Arc's being aggressed on, but he will escape as well. Can someone please back off so I can take a breath? No, maybe the TSM banners are popped. It looks like they will finally back off. That was nice. Please say something.
Well, water the perch. Water the perch right now, because good God, that was just... I don't even know where to begin with all of that, because that was how far back can I go? That was just absolutely just non-stop action for a while.
Not how you play the game.
Yeah, just being really aggressive against something like a Callista. Do stuff like this.
Do stuff like this indeed, as he's on a killing spree. 1v1's the Caitlyn in the top lane. Caitlyn didn't have vision, it was too far pushed up, and now they'll push this top lane as a duo bot lane. Gragas and Ari are there to answer, but we've seen them try and answer things before and it never really works. As the taunt in the bottom lane does land, Dinka taking so much damage from Axum. He does have his Hydra item completed, and Havoc will be on a killing spree. Now I am the Fairy's running away. Will the Ignite get him? Yes, it will. Spawn is on the rampage. 20-7, a 10,000 gold lead already here. Mark Boots looking for something on the back end. Can he land that Event Horizon to get a kill? Thresh, you got Rogista, you had to run away. No, Mark Boots goes back to the middle lane, decides to push that tower, but even then, they can 2v1 this Thresh so easily.
Yeah, this game Igar is super hard to deal with.
Yeah, definitely. Rogista is trying to stop him from taking turret, buddy. You're probably going to go down. The Ren stacks are building. He does on a hook, but on the wrong member. The Fate's Call will save his support, and he will throw it in. The support will go down, but that's all for the good of the Krills. As Spawn does get charmed up, but the Shuttleton does come through. The barrel does miss. Explosive cast landing on nothing. Another 2 kills going in favor of Remembrance. They do lose to Sora, but that's a small price to pay for getting Spawn even more kills. He's sitting at 7-1-7 on a Blade of the Rune King and a Rune on Hurricane. A 2.4k gold lead over this Caitlyn right now in the bottom lane. And speaking about bottom lane, Top use it again. The Sora does get caught up, and now he's looking for an engagement zone. He will brand interested. Mark Boots deletes Wergista. Another kill going to Remembrance, and they will start this Cloud Drake as things are just going. They're coming up Millhouse goes out of Remembrance. This should be an easy coast to the victory, as long as they don't let anybody on the side of Adamant scale up. But who on the side of Adamant is going to scale up and challenge them at this point?
A smile on their face, saying, "This is fine. we'll you guys take it. That's cool."
Another Event Horizon lands, and the ultimate comes out godlike for Mark Boots, just exploding. He was at half health as the tank, and he got blown up by that ultimate. So they don't have a jungler, so now they definitely can't contest this, and we should see Remembrance rotate to this Baron fairly soon.
Yeah, when Vigar can one-shot your tank, that is the end of that game.
Oh boy. Just walks up, does a full rotation. There goes the Caitlyn. I haven't seen a surrender in my time here in CompeteLeague. We saw one earlier tonight, but I haven't seen a surrender yet. Do you think we might see one tonight, or are they classier than that? They want to say, we're gonna stick this one out, boys. We don't care. We gotta play it out for the pride and the memes. And itemization, his Callista's already working toward, I believe, what could be a Mercurial Scimitar. Oh, he still does get stunned. That's the dead Arcs. Legendary, and I am the Fairy might follow suit, as does the Sora. He does have flash, besides to hold it back as where Gista is going down, but the Fate's Call does come through. He does land on a trap, however, and that's a shutdown for the side of Adamant. I am the Fairy does get the kill. Havoc, though, gets the return kill, so they can still push this mid lane. Dreos has the Dark Passage out of there after throwing out one more Piltover Peacemaker, and Havoc will flash to get the kill. He will find it. He is unstoppable, and Dinka is slowly willing away at Axum, but now Axum isn't taking any damage. An ultimate will be popped. Blue turret is destroyed. They will go for the inhibitor turret, as now it's only Dinka and Wergista to try and protect their team.
Oh no.
Flashes back in. The fatal flash. Dinka goes down. Now it's for sure multiple inhibitors for the side of Remembrance. 3 or 4 items as we do see the charm, the quickness, and the grand entrance does come through. Mark Boots does go legendary as he does pop Regista. The Shin ultimate will come through. He will flash, just deliver the Shin onto Arts, and they will find the kills. They're going to keep pushing. They will get this top lane inhibitor as well, as it's just Dinka and I'm the Fairy to defend. Unless Fairy can pull off some magical plays right here, this could be another inhibitor and possibly game, as Dinka will go down as well to spawn. The Rinstacks are cropping up. Axum will get the killing spree. The Fate's Call, they want I'm the Fairy, but he will ultimate out there. Can the Rinstacks go through the fountain? No, not yet. He likes to get the shutdown onto spawn on the back end. Now they're just trolling, sitting in front of fountain, waiting for the super minions to push by themselves. This could give the side of Adamant more time to spawn members, but it's just Regista, Deus, and I'm the Fairy to defend this last push. As I believe, Arts, where are you going, my friend? You will get popped again. Leandros will get the kill. No, it won't. He might. The Great Escape, maybe? The sustain does come through from the Drunken Rage. Oh, nope. Spawn said no. Sirree, you're dead. Alright, the increments that's burying you at is just so small that it's not a factor. But we actually spawn, and so we're going 2v5 right now. I'm the Fairy trying to make some magic happen. He does dodge the event horizon, but this will be Dinka going down soon. Spawn does get that kill. He's sitting at 10-3 and 10. Beaker's still outdoing him. He'll actually get taunted up and killed, but Havoc goes godlike onto Gragas. Now they're just kind of throwing their bodies at inside. Remember, trying to stall the game. As next slowing going down to these super minions right now. And KDAs are slowly going up as Havoc trying to look for more kills. He won't find them. Next will be going down soon, surely. Mark Boots trying to look for more kills. He is ignited. The event horizon does go down. He does get charmed, but the cleanse does come through. I'm still having to cast as if it's a real game, but the game is over. Remembrance will get the win in dominant fashion over Adamant. It wasn't even close, thousands.